On the 13th of November 2023, my friend Petra Goetz and I put our collaborative works concerning farming and agriculture. We made this project and we put all of this work into one location for a final exhibition together in a place called Trefnant Inn. Now, Trefnant Inn is in North Wales, and this is what it looked like when we arrived. Lovely red walls, very nice dining area, good food in there as well. And we filmed all of this space, talked about where we wanted to put our work, and then with our combined efforts created several pieces that could be exhibited in this space on a semi-permanent basis. Well, it turns out that once we did get all the work into this space, it was under the assumption that Petra and I would leave our work in there. That's what I understood at the time. And I don't know if I misunderstood or if Petra changed her mind. But Petra was soon after going to leave from North Wales to south of England. So, when she did move, she took her work with her, which makes sense. That's a lot of work that she made and she wanted to take it with her. Now you can see these cows and hares and different paintings that are up and pieces. That's not our work, and we weren't that keen on it. We actually had a brief conversation about whether to leave it up because it relates to the farming theme, but I made the point that it could be mistaken for our work, and like me, Petra didn't want that. So we took it down, gave it to the owner, said that we'll just put our work up, and then when the exhibition's over he can make his decision. When Petra left and took her work with her, the owner said that he wants to keep those first pieces down and just have our pieces in there. This is what it looked like with our combined work, and this is me walking around with a paintbrush, touching up little spots on the wall where we had drilled to get it onto the wall, and just touching up some of the paints here and there in that area. So this is what it looked like before Petra left. It was our final exhibition together, and it was nice to have our combined efforts sit there, showing our different styles and approaches to the same subject. I think they complemented each other well. There were lots of overlaps, and certain pieces have stayed where they are. This was me doing a tour at the time. I was quite happy with what we'd done and how it looked. There were some very interesting, more contemporary pieces, so like this, which is not something that I'd produced, but that is some hooves that Petra produced out of clay that she made from hoof prints in the grass of the fields where she lived at the time. That's one of her prints there, really nice photography and prints, and that's a collaborative piece where I did the painting and Petra did this lovely weaving kind of rope from silage foil wrap, which is what they wrap the hay bales in. So that's what our work looked like together, and it was lovely. And the owner deciding to not put the place back to what it was and to keep our work up because he preferred it was nice. It's not an art gallery, but it's nice to have a whole building with the work in there. So I wanted to honour that. Once the exhibition was over, I wanted to replace the work that was missing. However, in 2024, when Petra left and took her work, I had a very busy year of interviews and edits. I was working with one of the most successful galleries in North Wales, if not the most successful gallery, called Ffin Parc, and it's a great privilege to work with them. I also run the painting podcast with Richard K. Blades, and I do the booking and the interviews and the edits, and that's also a great privilege. Here's some pictures of our work together. So anyway, the point of me telling you that my busy 2024 was because it wasn't until late in December when I got the exhibition completed and put up on the wall. Before I show you that, let me show you the advert for the show which Petra and I made. That was great fun to make, I enjoyed it, but now it was time to make some new work. So, in order to replace the work that Petra had taken away, I had to finish off certain pieces that I had been working on previously, and not only that, because this piece needed some work, and as much as I like it, it was a real battle to get this piece done, but I had to also create new pieces of work, which is what this is. And at the time I was doing a 100-day art challenge, so pieces like this were included in that daily art making that I engaged with at the time. Some of the few pieces of work that I made for that challenge, which I actually like, and served a purpose, so that was a bonus. Here's me cutting it to put into a frame. It's on very nice paper and it's now for sale at Trefnant Inn. But that is the first of many. In fact, the other one would be the first, I suppose, the portrait of Mr. Williams. So there are several here, several pieces which are inspired by the North Wales landscape and the farming areas that we visited. And we wanted to show different aspects of our experience of being in this area and talking to farmers and witnessing different aspects of the reality of farming and the area and the cattle in North Wales. I think for people in the south of England, or maybe in the north of England even, or middle England, it would be like going back in time coming to North Wales, because all of the machinery is quite old. It was really nice, and I think a lot of the farmers are much older men. The farms are smaller, and the cattle markets are nice and bustling and interesting and unusual places. I may even have a commission which I will share on this channel to make a piece of work for the cattle market. I have discussed that with the owner there. He's expressed interest in having a painting made, and that was over a year ago. So he's asked about me since. I haven't been able to go and see him. So anyway, these pieces of work were created in order to fill the space in Trefnant Inn, and the owner there was very kind and very patient, waiting for me to finish, complete the work, arrange for someone to help me put the work up in the morning and finish it all off, because I couldn't handle the work alone. So another part of the problem was that some of the frames were quite big, and it can be a bit iffy to try and put up framed work solo. So I arranged for a friend to help me, and thankfully I have this lovely landscape artist who I know, who's local, and she helped me. I created some signs there to show that the work was for sale, and put those up on the wall as well. It was a bit of a mission, but this is what it looks like now. This is the work that I've got up on the walls, and this isn't all of the work I did. There is a room with a pool table that I neglected to film when I did this quick walkthrough, but I think it's because we'd been working for about 4 hours to get up the last 10 pieces, and I had to leave, so that's why I didn't film the last room. But this is what it looks like. There's a couple of spots on the wall where the paint needs to be touched up, so I will go back and do that. But there will be a video that I'll show you soon where I make a drawing that is going to go up of Trefnant Inn in Trefnant Inn that will feature on this channel soon. So there it is. If you get to visit it, then I encourage you to check out the artwork, as that is the project that Petra and I started, and that's where it's going to stay. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.